Okay, about a year and a half ago, this whole garage caught fire. I left my gas line loose on my hot rod truck, which was an S10 with a V8 in it. I have it all documented on YouTube, and I would happen to be changing the carburetor on it that evening, which was a Friday, and I was kind of late. It was already 5 o'clock, and I'm trying to get out the garage. So when I changed the carburetor, I forgot to tighten up the banjo bolt, or the bolt nut that screws onto the carburetor, and I flipped on the electric gas pump, and the thing started spraying, but it was a silent spray because I had it on tight enough where you couldn't hear it, but it was still streaming out. And when I hit the ignition, it was spraying onto the distributor cap, and that thing just went kaboom. I had a flame almost about halfway up to the ceiling, which is 13 feet in here. It went about up to as high as that door, and it just shocked me. You know, I'm 65 years old, and I ran out the garage thinking that the car was going to blow up or something, you know. I mean, I'm a mechanic. I ain't never had that happen to me before. This is all due to me getting older and forgetting things. So the doctor said, according to my operation, when I had my heart operation, that you tend to forget things, but your memory gets better as time goes on. Well, it's not getting any better, and it's still the same way. I forget where I put my phone at, I forget this, I forget that. Anyway, a year and a half ago, place caught on fire. You can see the ceiling. I didn't paint it yet. It will be painted. But I painted halfway down the walls. You can distinctly see the white and the bare metal on the building. There was no door left. The firemen tore the door down. It kind of cracked wherever there was air pockets. I guess it cracked the bottom, the cement, but not bad. It's not bad. I can live with this, or I can just put some leveling cement on top of those cracked areas. The floor actually looked like that when the fire was done. I was so sick that I didn't try to, the cement looked like that. I didn't try to clean it out until I had this door I found on Marketplace. It's 10 foot wide by 10 foot tall. It's pretty hard to find a door like that. I lucked out for $400. I got the tracks, new tracks, springs, the whole 9 yards. I had to buy, the only thing I had to buy were the brackets to hold the door up on this end and that end. You can see it over there better. Let me go like this. See them brackets? Well, I had the single hole brackets up there, and they're a little bit thinner than that, and they were bending with me pulling on the door. The spring was pulling it. So what I did was I put a cross brace there to the back, which is what you're supposed to do. I was trying to cheap out by just doing the straight up and down line, and the door wouldn't close all the way down because the spring didn't stretch enough for it to go down to the ground on the bottom of the door. That's the bottom. But anyways, the point is, I found the door for $400 on Marketplace. We put it up, never did a door before. I put it up with a friend of mine. I sprayed this whole area up first before I even started the lights, because there was no door there. So I had plenty of light in here during the summer. And then what I did was I did a new breaker box, wired up some lights to the ceiling. I got outlets there, 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 and right there. So all I did was plug the lights into those outlets. The wire, if you follow the wire, goes down, goes across the wall here into the breaker box. So I have one set of lights On the first switch is the front lights. You notice how lighter it got? And the second switch is the second lights on the back, which is also attached to the pump that burnt up in the fire. So this is a brand new pump for my floor post lift. And if you notice, look how thick this wire is. I put some good wire on there, good gauge wire. It's just plugged up to the ceiling up there along with them lights. So when I come in here, I have to have lights. So I automatically hit that light back here, and this pump is automatically on already. So I ran outlet boxes down here. There's one behind the TV over there, which I just hung up. As you can see over here, my battery chargers for the Ryobis. I use them a lot more than I use air. I do have air here. There's an outlet, and there's an outlet in that corner. I got to finish that outlet right there. Hold on, my train is coming by. Last year we were having the same problem. The train comes by every time I'm setting up a recording. So anyways, I got to do on this switch. On this switch, well, let's turn the lights back on so you can see. This switch here, we're going to run a line going there. And from there, we're going to go up. As you can see, the old wire is still here. When the fire burnt up. It used to go off to my camera indoor here and a camera outside of it with a light outside of it. And I had an outlet box right there at the top, one in the middle. And then I got to run another one here, goes back again up the wall there. That one's already fell down. And put an outlet right up there on that beam. That's where I had it at. And then I had a fan sticking out through that little hole there. So then I plugged that in there and I could turn the fan off and on from this switch here. All right? Okay. And it took me a year and a half to collect all these used toolboxes, which I have just moved in a couple days ago. I also found another Chicago electric welder, which I'm used to. I just put new wheels on the cart and repainted it. That was in the fire. Over there, let me see. Right here we got Caltrax traction bars. See them? They're from the S10 that burnt up. There's the aluminum radiator. And you know, it's just aluminum, so I'm keeping it for scrap. Well, I'm going to sell it, you know, get rid of it for the scrap. There's my dual exhaust sitting over there. The rear I sold out of it already was a 342 gear. And there was the motor I sold already. Had aluminum heads, aftermarket aluminum heads with a aftermarket cam. And so I got the headers sitting right over here for the V8 on the Nest 10. Your stock, your regular Vortec 350. There it is. There's the headers. And then here's the motor mounts from a V8 to a V6. Right there. I got a whole setup where I can just come back and set up the whole thing all over again. Everything is here where I won't be spending as much. Here's the leaf springs from the S10, it's back there. Let me see. Right there. So, and then the other thing I was worrying about was this lift. It was open for a year and a half, so the interior in here is a little bit rusty. See it? You can see the pitting. So the lift tries to go up. I've had it up about a foot, but the breaker keeps breaking off because I believe that it's not greased enough down in the pads and on the wheels. I believe that the rust has got to it So what I'm going to do sometime this month, I'm going to lift the lift up, lift the leg up, the ramp, flip it over, do the wheels with real grease, do the cables down there below, down there with grease. Inside here, I'm going to paint the grease inside there, paint it real good. I'm going to use a lot of grease. I mean a lot. I can't even touch this lift when I'm done with it. I don't even want to touch it when it's done with it. I'll have grease all over the place. So all four corners got to get done for the where the cable runs through, and the interior of this. A friend of mine up in Jersey, a guy I know from the car club I'm with, he gave me this stuff right here. He said, use as much as you want, and if you use it all, just pay me for it. $32 a bottle. It's called Rust Remover Soaker from WD-40 Specialist. So that's what I want to do before I start that up, do that. In order to get this grease off the ground, I mean this soot was on the ground. Yeah, sweeping it takes it out, but you got to keep sweeping over and over and over and over. I just went and got some of this. Mean green. Let me tell you something. I used a regular push broom brush and I scrubbed it. It still was black, but as soon as I started power washing it, that motherfucker came up like that. Almost like that's the concrete color. Here's the color of the concrete. Right there. All them black spots you're looking at is melted plastic that hit the ground and seized to the ground. So that'll wear out in time. The fire department chopped a hole right here. This is the edge of one panel. I put new panels in all the way down to the ground on the outside. I screwed them in. So I can either take this out and make a walk-in door so I don't have to try to lock it from outside on these type of doors have the locks on the inside. So I got to figure out a way to lock it outside. I could just put a hinge out there, but you know. Anyways, so I just started this about 3 weeks ago. This is what I'm getting my point at. I was very sick. I had an illness. I couldn't do anything. I just put the cabinet up, TV, bought this rack for this Ryobi stuff, you hang your shit in. Put the old plywood up there. They've been outside weathering and all that, but they're still good. I can put in another cabinet here, another one there, and one more over there. So there should be 4 cabinets straight in a row for me, because I like to put stuff like this in the cabinet. You know, I have all kinds of little things that I need to work on the car, what's coming loose, and this, that, and the other, and I have it here ready to use. I got a whole bunch of brake line, got the real thin stuff and the thicker stuff. And I also bought this brand new right here, parts cleaner. And I bought that brand new. This is a smaller one than the Harbor Freight, but it was cheaper than Harbor Freight, which I'll put a table up. I'm thinking about over there in the corner next to the TV. And what else in here? That's about it. I got to put new wheels on that down there. I put new wheels on the cart. You can see it's burnt up. And this here I bought used on Marketplace, a 9,500 pounds or 9,000 pound winch. It's not bolted down yet. That should be able to pull that Suburban back in here. I'm pulling the engine out of that Suburban, 5.3 LS motor, and I'm going to put it in my 2003 Blazer Extreme. It's a Blazer Extreme. So I'm starting all over with the little hot rod vehicle. You know, I like the S10s and the Blazers because they're They remind me of, you know, back in the day when you had Vegas and shit. Anyways. Oh yeah, I could show you. It should be right outside. You should be able to see it. It's not covered up. There it is. That's the Blazer. Putting the motor in. I don't read Spanish. I am Puerto Rican, but I was born here in the United States. I went to school here, so I don't read Spanish. I didn't go to school in Puerto Rico. Sorry. You have to talk to me in English. Thank you. Gracias. Anyway, there's the Blazer that I'm putting the motor in. It's a Blazer Extreme. That's my daily driver right here, the caddy. I got some fucking dunks for that right here. Got me some dunks. They call them dunks. It's 24-inch rims. I'll be putting them on the caddy in the coming weeks. There's the motor lift right there. That was still working, even though it was in a fire. I just resprayed it red. And I just bought that engine stand, which I'm going to put this LS motor on and do every gasket and oil pan. I got the shorter oil pan for that vehicle out there. I got the motor mounts, the headers for LS. I got a stage 2, sloppy stage 2 cam for it. I got some springs, lifters. I got just about everything. I'm even taking out that plastic barbell that's in the back of the motor and putting in a aluminum one. You know, it's better because you could lose oil pressure back there because they're plastic. So if you put the aluminum one in there, it's a lot stronger. But anyways, just wanted to show you what I was sick for the last. First of all, I was sick for a year. I didn't even want to come in this place because I lost everything. I lost a lot of tools in the truck, and another motorcycle was parked over there in that corner right there where that piece of wood is. I had the motorcycle parked there. I lost everything. Tire machines, high-speed balancers, a whole set of toolboxes right here, but better than what you see here, except for the last one, the Dollar General. I had 2 of those. And I had a better one of these. This fucking box right here, whatever this box is. I had a better one, the black one, that had double of the size of this drawer on this side. Not the short drawers like that. It had twice the length. But, you know, it is what it is. I got them cheap on Marketplace. And I'm just happy that it's all back. Right now, I'm very, very happy and very glad I did put the effort in. All this effort was only done in a month. Oh, I put it right back together. But it did take me a year and a half to collect toolboxes and tools and, you know, welders and getting these new machines in here. And jack stands, you can see them all out there. I put them out there so when I wash the ground. I took everything out of here. It was like 3 days ago. I took everything out, washed it up, scrubbed the floor, and then put it back in. I haven't lifted up the lift, so I can't get to the middle. When the lift comes up in the air, I'll do the center. It ain't going to take me but a few minutes to do the center. And once the lift is working again, I'll be pulling that Suburban back in, and I'll remove the engine. Put it on the engine stand. It's going to sit over there where those wheels are for the lift. And I'm going to tear it apart, and then I'm powder coating all the parts. The valve cover gaskets, that's why I got all these cleaners. Like I got that cleaner and I got this cleaner. This will strip all the fucking paint off of anything, and that'll just clean it up real clean, you know. And then it's real clean enough for me to do the powder coating, which is on the other side of that brown shed out there next to the house, because that's 240 volt oven. So they were outside, and I could do that out there. I did last year on my S10. I was blue and white, the theme. It looked beautiful. And guess what? I just got done powder coating the thing. It had only been that way for 3 weeks, and boom, fire came up. I was really, really upset. Really upset. I took a year before I could even come in here. It took me like 3 months before I even cleaned out the inside of it. Got rid of all the old metal and everything. And the S10, I had to cut that up in pieces with a Sawzall and give it to the scrap man. It took me like 3 months just to come out here and look at it. I couldn't even come near this place. I was upset. And then it sat for, like I said, after that 3 months, it was what, a year and 3 months now. So I figured, let me get this sealed in before winter comes. No, Joey, come on, Joey. Joey, come on. Come on this side. Don't lay down in the dirt. Come on over here. Come here. All right, go ahead and leave. And it takes me a year and 3 months before I started working on here. I've been sick for the last 4 months. This is going on 5 months now. I've had this injury, gallbladder injury that I've been dealing with. They told me not to do any work out here. So that's why, another reason why, when the beginning of the summer, I was ready to come in here. In the beginning, right around April, May, and June, I was ready to come in here to do this. And then come June, 4th of July, Independence Day in June, 4th of July, we had steak, and the gallbladder went bad. I was clogged up in my duct. It was giving me pain in the stomach. So I had to go to the hospital emergency rooms. They put this tube inside of me. It's still in me. I don't want to show you. It's gross. And they said they're going to take it out at the end of this month on the 30th. I'll be free of the damn tube. So I decided to just uncap the bag that's hanging on the tube. I came in here, started doing lights, ceiling lights and outlets. Breaker box, here comes the train. Hold on. You're going to have to get used to that on my videos, because we're going to document the S10, the Extreme, me putting in the LS in there. Anyways, you're going to have to get used to that train coming and going, because I live right against the train track. Anyways, what I was saying is, the tube was coming out on the 30th, Mischief Night, October 30th, and I told them, this is what I was saying to you. I told them I've been uncapping the bag, putting the bag on in the sink there, letting it drain out, and I capped the tube up, and I was coming in here. I put lights up, out the electrical. As soon as I got done doing that, the paint was done over 6 months ago. The bottom half of this room was done 6 months ago in the dark. So, and then I screwed all the sheets of stainless steel up there, whatever it's made out of, galvanized steel. They were flipped open, and what I did was went on the roof and screwed them tight together again, some on the inside and some on the top of the roof. So now we're sealed back in. The rain does not come in here. You may see air gaps, but the rain don't come in because it's overlapping over top. So anyways, I just wanted to let you see this first before we start documenting pulling the engine out of the Suburban. By the way, anybody needs any parts for 2002 Suburban, 4-wheel drive, transmission is good. I drove it here to my house from Delaware. I live in Chester, PA, so it was Bear, Delaware, and that's about an hour's drive from my house. I drove it here, and I'm selling the parts off of it. Bumper, this back door, I just got it open. just recently when we pulled it back out of the garage. Doors are off of it. The hood is here. I got the 4 doors sitting right there and the hood. They're under the tarp so that the door panels don't get, you know, soggy and warped. I got all the front end parts right here. Shroud, radiator, core support over there. All this stuff is for sale, can be picked up. Not very expensive, it's pretty cheap actually, because I only paid $1,000 for the vehicle. All I want to do is get my $1,000 back, and the LS is for free. You can't see it, I covered it up. It's been covered up for the last couple months. As you can see, I stripped the hell out of it. The console's gone in the center, that was sold already, and the grill, no, the grill I got right here. Sitting right there. Chevy grill. I forget what the guy took. He took the fenders. Yeah, the guy took the front 2 fenders, left and right, and the bumper. He took that. I sold those already. And there's the headlights. They're right down there. And the turner signal lights are down there. Anyways, all these parts are for sale. Also, I got electric door opener with the remote. I just don't know the code. You can probably reset that. That's a 10-foot, opens up a 10-foot door, because I'm not using electric here. I got the spring set up where I can just lift the door up with my one hand and pull it down with one hand. Right up there. Anyways, some of this S10 stuff is for sale, but not these cow tracks, because they do fit the Blazer, just like it's an S10. It's just an S10 body. It's a frame, it's still an S10. That's probably going to the scrap yard. It's probably no good. But the headers are good. The motor mounts are good. The exhaust I'm going to reuse on my Blazer, because that's same pattern underneath it. I'm using my transmission. So this transmission on this vehicle, on the Suburban, is available. It's a 4-wheel drive transmission. Probably can pick it up for $500. You know how much they are. It could be, you know, $2,000 for a transmission like that. At the junkyard, you're probably going to pay $1,000 or $800, something like that. So if you come here to me, you can just pick it right up. Well, you got to take it out. Or you can wait till I take the motor out and the transmission will just be hanging there. The rims are going to be for sale. Once I have the rim, and the side glass is for sale. Right here. They're good. And the front windshield I'm taking out. I'm taking out these side glasses and the front windshield. This back, the whole entire black door. I do have the covers for the interior in here. I have this cover and the window cover. It's just sitting over there in the front seat somewhere, because I had to take the cover off in order to get this door to pop open. But anyways, I just want to let you guys know, I'm back. I'm getting ready to get back into the swing of things. As soon as this tube is out of me, I'll probably be pulling that motor out. I had to go get a new battery chargers and all that. Yeah, all this stuff is off Marketplace. Most of it's off Marketplace, and except for that junk over there, it was in the other shed, so that didn't catch on fire. But the parts that went with it are all. I only have one nozzle to it. That's a little hydraulic press right there. It's a small one. I don't have all the parts of that, but that's what that is. That was in the fire, but since it's steel, you know, it didn't even warp. It doesn't warp, it doesn't do nothing. It's still there. I think I repainted it, I'm not positive. So then I had to go buy a new one of these also from Amazon, whatever. Bought that one because I had a brand new one in here and it burnt out. So here's the brand new one now again. Here's another battery charger I had to buy. That was in my other shed. I had to buy that. And this I restored. Now I got all these welding equipment I got off Marketplace. This shelf, the cabinet I got off Marketplace, $20. You know, all them tubes over there. You got a jack lift and you got tubes that lift. All of them were in the fire. I just re-spray painted them. Then we got the Harbor Freight tire changer, which, you know, I can't change the big tires, but I could probably change the smaller ones. And I got a bubble balancer off Marketplace. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, shit can be getting back. You can get it back if you're not, you know, you don't need to buy brand new. You can buy used. All them jack stands are used. I bought them. The ones that are painted blue were in the fire, so I repainted them in blue. The motor hoist was in here. That was in the fire. It still works. I picked up a motor already with it twice. So, and the fire extinguisher, I mean, this here looks like a torch set. That was out there. Not that little tank down. Look at the tank. See how burnt up it is? It's amazing it didn't blow up. I think that was green tank. Yeah, I got a Jimmy for sale back there, a complete Jimmy for $3,000, our best offer. Needs a starter. Sitting right there over there. 4.3, four-wheel drive, heated seats and all power, complete power, heated seats and everything. All right, let me stop rambling. It's been 30 minutes. All right, bye-bye. Let me see how we stop this.